Burt Reynolds, isn't it?
Doug, could you put one of these on so we can see it? Sorry, Aaron, you were like, I think it needs to I gave one to Aaron earlier.
Who's two?
This will be easier than growing another one, too. You can just change them all.
Don't be shy.
Take your time.
We tried several things to really try to figure out how to best honor Doug. We started trying to rework the lyrics of
Bingo!
So we tried several things trying to figure out how to best honor Doug. We tried to redo the lyrics to Bye Bye Mr. Doug Guy. We seriously spent 2 hours. And we're not presenting it, so.
I kind of thought you had been hearing so much bad music in the last few weeks. You didn't need it. We're going to spare you. So instead, we just put together a bag of things that we want Doug to take with him. Things that might help him remember us. Things that will help us remember him. Okay, so one of the things, Doug's getting a little old. Our retirement thing. And he's been injured a lot in the last several years. He's been going through a whole host of injuries. So, Doug, it's time to stop coaching the real basketball. And this one he can actually just put right next to his desk. He doesn't have any muscles. He doesn't have to hurt himself. You can still keep your shot.
I want to start just by apologizing to you, Doug. What happened last week at the math exams, Doug is not as spry as he used to be. Maybe it's because of what Mark Harrington calls the slightly elongated body. And so he had some aches and pains. And right before the exam started, we all teach different types of students. And sometimes you have sections where all the kids are eager, very self-reliant students, and sometimes you don't have students like that. And so right before the exam, before the students in, Doug gathered us in the large gym and just asked the question about whether we should allow students to ask questions in the first 30 minutes. And we sort of talked out the pros and cons, and we finally, as a group, decided not to ban the questions and let kids ask questions when they want to. Most of us were actually willing to go along with your suggestion. Kelsey was the one that was and Pascal said, no, Kelsey, don't get her mad. So we finally decided to allow questions, and for the first 30 minutes of the exam, Scott's checking his email, and I'm sitting there, Pascal's starting his, advisor comments. And Doug has those type of students where he's like answering the question. He was like doing suicides. It was like, for the next 2 hours, I don't think Doug sat down at all. As soon as he answered one question, usually the questions were like, what do you want on 3A? And Doug would look at the question. 3A said, find the measure of angle A. And Doug would look at the question, what do you mean? Find the measure. And, the kid go, France? So anyway, Doug spent the rest of the time just walking back and forth. I really don't think he sat down. Every time he answered one question, there'd be 3 other hands pop over there. And, well, a couple of years ago, we had somebody in the department put a name to this. And I don't know if you've ever seen the game, this little game called Whack-A-Mole. So we basically wanted you to remember all the time you've had to field questions. And so we gave you the honorary Whack-A-Mole contest. But in case that's not enough, we have mole talks, which is when whacking them is just not enough. And this is directions for use. It says, do not pour directly on the moles themselves or down their burrows, but pour into your throat and watch the moles magically disappear.
You've done so much in terms of technology in our department. We've really come a long way. So we decided that you should have the very first TI-81. I don't think it works. As well as Laura's giving up her.
From there to here. That's how far you have brought us.
And we can have a poster.
To help you remember to keep things in perspective, Doug's famous for his math jokes. Why do you never serve beer at a math party?
Why?
Because you can't drink and derive. What happened to the plant in math class? It grew square roots. Why is a math book always unhappy? Lots of problems. Where do math teachers go on vacation?
New Hampshire.
Times Square. In case you need these, yours are getting a little rusty. I got you some.
But in case those aren't enough, we stole the poster from your room. In green, the Harrison your own poster.
Shoes in there?
There's lots of intangibles that we cannot give to Doug, and so much that he has given to us over 26 years. So we didn't know how to express that to you. So I love this poster. It's been up in Doug's room for a long time. And this reminds me of you. This is to help remind Doug of all the kids that he has inspired and supported and made more confident in math, to help him remember all the years that he has given to us in that way. And I think Sue and I were having trouble with today. We were trying to figure out how to wrap what we feel about you and how to find a big heart to wrap to you, because you have given us your big heart for so many years, and we're going to miss it. And we appreciate all you've given to us, and we wish you all the best, you and Erica, as you head on your journey.
or one more. With acknowledgments to the Everly Brothers, James Taylor, and Don McLean. Bye-bye, Doug. Bye-bye, Erica. We'll all miss ya. Now it's time to fly. Bye-bye, you guys. Bye-bye. You've given nobles all that you had. And as you leave us, we're feeling sad. But we'll remember all that you've done. We wish you lots of good health and fun. Bye-bye, Doug. Bye-bye, Erica. Enjoy Carolina. Your leaving makes us cry. Bye-bye, dear guys. Bye-bye. 'Cause now you plan to head to Carolina, where you love the sunshine. Maybe you'll sip some moonshine. Ain't it just like two friends of mine who are aging like fine wine? Oh, to Carolina for a time. So bye-bye, Doug and Erica. You got major marks at Nobles, but you were still plenty spry. You thought you might retire sipping whiskey or rye, and now you're ready to give it one more try. Down in Charlotte, we all know why. So bye-bye to our two favorite guys. We'll all miss you here at Nobles, and our smiles can't disguise the sadness that we're feeling and the tears in our eyes as we bid farewell to our favorite guy.
Bob talked about this earlier. I remember as a young dorm head, I was interviewing a dean candidate, and he came through and he said, "Who takes care of the caretakers?" And it just struck me, and it just stayed with me. And with so many kind words lately that I need to remind you to take care of each other. You do such a wonderful job. Just be generous with your words to each other and continue doing what you do so well. Thank you.
Okay, it's Miller time.